You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello, and welcome again to the Monster Sci-Fi Show. I am your host, The Monster, and with me tonight...
Hey, it's me, Mr. Gene. We're able to get our schedules together and hang out. This is awesome.
It is like a blossom. Because it's awesome, blossom.
Yeah, do that there, like that die there on the branch, and keep going. So what are we here to talk about today, Monty? Monster.
Yeah, exactly. Don't give away my name, because people then will hunt me down. You blew my cover. We're going to be talking about Black Widow. The movie that should have come out last year, but goddamn pandemic delayed it till this year. So one of the things that we'll get into definitely is spoilers. So if you have not watched it, go ahead, stop, listen to us, which though I appreciate you are listening to us in the first place, but we're going to be talking about spoilers. One of the things that since the pandemic did to us was that we had Disney Plus Premiere Access shit that I'm like, you're willing to watch this and pay $30 and watch it at home?
Or you can get it free for 3 months.
Yeah.
Can you wait 3 months?
Can you wait? Can you? Well, after Mulan.
Which we both fell for, I think.
Yeah. And if we did not do Mulan and we waited to like pay $30 to...
I certainly would have done for this one.
Yes, definitely.
But after the Mulan experience, I was like, it's out in theaters. I'm fully vaccinated. You're fully vaccinated, right?
We are both.
Why don't we go to the movie theater and see this movie?
Like normal people. Remember, ye olden days.
Which we did.
Yeah.
On a discounted Tuesday. But
yeah.
I don't know if the discount counted for us because the digital display of that movie at the time was full, and I didn't want to do that, so I got it in 3D IMAX.
Which I'm glad you did.
Because it's better in 3D IMAX.
At the very, very least, even though there may be some negative items, the enhancement of 3D really helped the certain sequences.
Yes. Here, look here. Focus here.
Here, and here is where your time went watching this movie.
In this CGI mess. Look here.
Yeah. So, but I appreciate watching in 3D since it's been a very long time since we've seen 3D.
And it was a nice bonus.
Yeah.
And I think after we did the movie we discussed, like I would have been pissed if I seen this in 2D.
And then on
and
TV.
Then on Disney Plus, I would have been even angrier. Because it was okay, but it wasn't amazing. It was a filler movie, I'm going to call it.
And then, like we said, like on a scale of, Endgame or however way you want to rank the top MCU movie compared to the bottom one, which is, in my opinion, Dark World, it's not Thor Dark World bad. It's like slightly above Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But definitely above Ant-Man and the Wasp. Not quite above Ant-Man, which is good, but not great. You didn't need this one either, which is weird.
Right.
The character's already dead. You know the character's already dead.
Right.
And it's just, here you go. Yeah.
Here's this thing that's in between these two movies.
Yeah, Wonder Woman beat us to it. But yeah.
Right, and that's the other thing, too.
Female-led movie, female director. Yeah. Look, Scarlett Johansson finally got her movie after over 10 years.
Yeah, it was called Red Sparrow, Jennifer Lawrence. No.
Lucy.
Lucy, yeah. Salt, or, any other female action star. Atomic Blonde. I had a better time.
Atomic Blonde was better.
Right.
I look at all these clones of that, and I'm like, Atomic Blonde was better.
And I'm like, really? I mean, Scarlett I love tremendously, and it's a great character with Black Widow.
And she's been playing the character long, and she knows how to play this character.
Right. And I think that the thing that pissed me off more than anything else, what is the thing that I've been wanting to see?
Boobs.
What is the second thing I wanted to see most about this? What's the third thing I want?
Vagina. What else you got?
But I've seen all three.
I know. You saw that weird Scarlett Johansson movie. Yeah.
We've seen plenty of stills, plenty of video.
I feel dirty.
All right. So what's the thing we want to see out of the Black Widow movie?
A good story.
A good story. And Budapest.
That
is the thing that I've been wanting to see. What was on your fucking ledger that made it so fucking red?
We need to see Budapest. We need to see what the fuck happened to Nat's body. Why didn't she get a funeral scene? And what else do we need? Just Red in the Leisure, maybe.
Or why she calls it Budapest?
Yeah. What else? No, nothing else really. Just that would satisfy. And a good villain.
Right. Or like have Hawkeye be there.
Yeah, Hawkeye. A cameo would look. We learned this from other Avenger movies. We learned this from Iron Man 2. Every Avenger movie that comes out has to have another Avenger in it somewhere.
A team up.
A
Marvel team up, like in the comics.
Spider-Man and Iron Man. Thor and Hawkeye. Don't let them out alone.
Yeah.
They've always got to be someone's got to be.
They need to have a team.
I mean, even Dark World. All right, and Steve Rogers is here in the background.
Thor and Hulk. I mean, that's the critical thing. You have a cast of characters. Don't leave them alone. They can't do this alone.
Just even a flashback scene with Jeremy Renner. That's all you needed. Just give me a really cool Budapest action scene.
That's the thing that I wanted to see.
But they talked it over.
To me, that's the thing that I missed. I really had my heart set to find out what is it, because even Loki said, you have a lot of red in your ledger. How are you gonna wipe that off?
Right, and they even bring that up briefly. But
right.
The thing is, all it is for me was a rehash of all of Black Widow's cool things she did in the past,
right.
like the facial scrub thing from Winter
right.
Soldier, or the facial whatever the IMF technology stuff from that,
right?
And just stealing from her books, like, oh, we did that. We got the Red Room here, but we're not treating it seriously. The Red Room should be a real big thing because it goes back to the 40s.
Right. So you could have done Peggy Carter and tied that in.
Dramatic and scary.
Right.
Really terrifying.
Right.
But they play it off for laughs. Like, what? You are being rude. You are not funny. Are you on your period or something? And then her line to that, her reaction, Florence Pugh's line, great delivery, great actress. But like, no, you understand. I was captured in the Red Room.
Yeah.
I had my everything pulled out. Just, I'm like, oh, that's, God, that's disturbing. And it's played for laughs, and yet it's a nightmarish thing. I was just like, you could have tweaked that a little bit.
Because even in the Avengers Age of Ultron,
it's scarier.
Because she talked about
foreboding,
they made us into monsters because now we can't have children. And I'm like, that's what I wanted to see.
That darkness. And you had a perfect opportunity for that.
Right.
But it doesn't go dark. It's very lighthearted.
And I get the network, which I'm like, oh, there are Black Widows everywhere, not just one or two. There's a network out there. If there's anything that's good about this, is diversity.
But the thing is that the whole idea is like, okay, so most of the Black Widows out there already are brainwashed, but we have this special catalyst potion that can wake you up instantly.
Right.
And then you can figure out, oh my God, what are we doing? And I'm sorry, Black Widow, your former mom or your former foster mom was a co-conspirator of this, a main conspirator that almost kills a fucking pig. That, just...
Oh, yeah. That's heartwarming.
But then Natalia shows up again in Family. The illusion of family makes you break your over 20-year bond with this guy. No. But okay, I guess for a Marvel movie, you're not going to think about and analyze unless you see it in the movie theater and then you're waiting for it to be free for 3 months. You just keep thinking about it.
The thing that bothered me about that moment, what was it? I had a point here. I just lost it.
It's not the best movie. It's okay. And even the big villain, the one we get the action figure for, Taskmaster.
Right.
They gender bent that, made it a girl.
Which is not even an issue.
It's not even an important thing, but it tries to be like, oh, but see, the person that's Taskmaster was this girl that Tasha killed or tried to kill back in her days, and she got Red in her leisure, but she's alive because she survived, and now she's this programmable lobotomized robot.
Right. You created me. No, I created you.
But it doesn't. It's not even taken seriously. She doesn't get any lines of dialogue.
Right.
She just stands there and then, okay, let's let the CGI stunt person do it.
Right. So at one point you see her do like the Hands of Wakanda.
Right, but
but there's no connection. So there is the the Hawkeye bow being How
but
is that?
you have to look for it.
Right.
It's not, haha, look at this. I
Look what
just watched the video.
Yeah. So again, it doesn't even explain like how does that muscle memory work at all. And I know you don't necessarily have to explain it all, but I'm like, you could have done so much more with this. The problem lies again. You have such an interesting character. You don't give her much of a backstory. You don't give her much of a family life. The only connection she has is with Florence Pugh, which I love her. The one moment that kind of took me by surprise was when you do that stand, you flip your head
Right,
back.
that was the best, funniest moment in the entire movie.
Yeah, so she does that, and then she does that herself later on in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm catching myself laughing because that's fucking hysterical. But that's about it. Between the two of them, I can see a whole movie on them. I can put David Harbour
Arguing siblings.
right. But the point was they never explained how Scarlett Johansson was able to get rid of that whatever mist or condition she was out of.
Oh, she broke her nose, so she couldn't smell.
That was it.
That was it. That's why she was like, "Oh, I thought you were going to beat me up enough, but I guess I have to."
No.
What?
No.
That's the pheromone thing. What she couldn't punch.
No. The thing that the agents are under, that chemical.
Right. How did she woke up?
How did she break out of that prior?
That's got to be Budapest.
Right. So again, it goes back to that age-old question.
Right. What happened in Budapest?
Right. So that's the letdown that I had. Like, that's the story you're going to go with, and
It's a very weak story. I mean,
Right.
General Ross shows up in the background,
Right.
has maybe 2 lines of dialogue, but it never once did I feel anyone except a pig that's forced under breath was in any jeopardy of dying.
that was Babe, the talking pig.
No, I'm enjoying that pig on my breakfast table today. But it's not it wasn't a deep story.
No.
It was just a popcorn story, which is okay for this year. I mean, it doesn't have to be deep.
But for a Marvel movie, that's a different thing.
If they really wanted to bring her back, then make it deep. Then make it count.
Right.
But I think this was just Scarlett, we're so thank you for your fine work. Listen, did you want to do one final movie? It'll be your own movie. It'll be what you always wanted.
Right.
Like, sure, but no one worked on it really hard because it doesn't really matter.
Right.
The whole thing with this was we got to give her movie and it's got to be female directed.
And it's
got to be okay. I mean, come on. Lately, what I've been hearing is like, you don't even need to direct action sequences in Marvel movies. We got someone for that.
right. It's already been done. All we gotta do is like put bodies in front of the camera. It's already we know how to shoot this.
It's all CGI. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it. Just get these shots. So it doesn't really matter that much, but it was okay. But the thing is, like, I wasn't knocked out of my seat.
Right. I think also the critical thing that we could have seen also is that why would she be willing to sacrifice herself for Hawkeye? That could have been something that's implanted in here to have paid off from a previous movie.
Right.
Something like that to just tie everything together. You could have seen that motivation. That could have been a thing. Unfortunately, this is the movie we got. And it's sad to say that I'm like, does this lead me to want to buy or read the graphic novels? Not really.
You don't have to read Black Widow graphic novels.
Right, because there's nothing source that's directly related to that.
I mean, when Avenger movies come out, I'll read one or two more Black Widow graphic novels, but it doesn't cost me anything because I can go through the public library system.
In Captain America and the Winter Soldier, there's a line that Black Widow says, "I remember you."
Right, I remember.
And I'm like,
you could have had Bucky in there.
You could have had Bucky in there, but no. That also. So that's, again, another missed opportunity that they could have had. So I don't know if they were just too busy, but I'm like, you didn't really have a good story to even tell.
But I think what they're doing now, basically, as we get into the age now where Marvel isn't giving it any more big contracts, no more 5-picture deals for Tom Holland, whatever. It's a need by no basis thing, where whatever you can write up, whatever Kevin Feige wants to type up or get done, he will do. We're already filming all the movies we got through stage 4 and 5-ish, I think. So it's fine.
And to be fair, since we have the multiverse pumping up, if the rumors could be that we will see a different version of Black Widow by a different actress, That character
I really
exist.
like that idea.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Tom Cruise showing up as Tony Stark just for a scene.
Emily
Blunt. I
Right.
mean, that would. I mean, I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah. But moving forward, if Florence Pugh is going to take over as another Black Widow
It's a slow burn. She'll show up on the Hawkeye show.
here and there, right? And I'm fine with that. But honestly, because when the characters or the figures came out, well before the movie came out, I didn't feel this urgency to buy like you have. Now, I got a couple of Black Widow figures based on your suggestion and recommendation, but the only other one I have is Florence Pugh. Mm-hmm. That's all I really care about.
You don't need anything else. You don't want David Harbour.
The Crimson Avenger.
You may want the Rachel Weisz figure, but that comes with a 2-pack with a new David Harbour figure.
Yeah.
Who cares about that? It's $40. Whatever. You don't need it.
I'll wait till it comes to Ollie's whenever that happens. But in any case, the only thing that I wanted was the stupid popcorn tin from the movie.
That you didn't even get that day. You were like,
because it was like the big long line. Like, I'll go next week, which I had to see F9. But I'm like, so like I got the tin. I'm like, I realized I really can't use the tin for what its intended purpose is to put popcorn in. Because the minute
set to rot, set to oxidize.
Yeah, so I had to figure out a way how to do this the right way. But in the meantime, it's just a $6-7 tin that I bought. I love it, and I love the character.
No, you don't care about the character anymore.
No, I love what it looks like, and I love everything that.
It's sexy. It's a sexy photo. Yeah.
So that's to me, that's the only saving grace to watch is that. Now, as far as everything else, the action sequences, I'm like. It's fair, but at one point it becomes like a James Bond finale where you take out the evil villain's lair that was up in the clouds, and I'm like, this is very Moonraker-ish, over the top crap. Or The Spy Who Loved Me has this underwater lair, so it just becomes that, and it's not even good,
Right, it's inconsequential, but we got your money. Thanks for buying our action figure in our bucket.
Yeah. And that's about it.
Yeah, but it's fine. I don't mind this. I'm not angry at it. I'm okay with it. I won't remember it that much. If it's on again in the future, maybe I'll watch it. But if there's something else, like you can watch this or you can watch, I don't know, Soul. I'd go to Soul. You know what I mean? Or just there are other more interesting films. But once you get this, you watch this one more time, I don't think you need to watch this again.
Or period.
Yeah,
like
it's sealed.
Like its own thing. It's not really necessary. The thing that Kevin Feige said about the TV show is like you don't have to follow it.
I don't know why he said that. It's completely wrong, but okay.
Right, but I would put that argument and put it onto this movie. You don't have to watch this. You don't have to see this. You're fine. It doesn't belong anywhere.
Toy Story 4.
Yeah, pretty much. You have. I thought, God, how many fucking movies? 22, 23, 24, 25 movies? I don't remember anymore.
This is the 24th.
So you got like 22 other movies that you could watch that you'll have a better time with. I'm not including this movie or Thor.
Or Ant-Man versus Wasp from Ant-Man.
It's still there.
You don't need that one.
All right, 21. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Take that out.
You do need Captain Marvel, though, because otherwise you don't understand what happens in Endgame. You'd be like, what? Who is this?
Yeah.
Shows up.
That doesn't. Whatever. But in any case, we saw that DC got to the finish line first with the first female character, and then Marvel did it with Captain Marvel. They could have had another winning hand, but it just felt like the character that was there from almost day one, the most supportive character in all Marvel, and you did her dirty. And I wish that didn't go out the way that did.
I don't think you could have stopped this from happening this way. I mean, she's just out of Endgame. We got another movie to shoot. Do you want to do this? Sure, but it's not going to be over the top. You know what I mean? We've already climaxed.
Right.
You've already got the kitchen sink.
Right.
And this is the next movie out.
Right. And that's the other thing.
Everyone's tired already.
Right.
Everyone's like, oh, really? We got to...
And there's no stakes in this because Black Widow is going to survive anyway.
Right. She's got the...
Right. She's not going to die in this. So, you can at least bet on that 100%. And you're not getting any money back. You're not going to get her dead. So That's
So what we can say about this, I think they could have played it safe. They did play it safe.
Very
they got
safe.
their money, and that's it. We're just no risks taken in this movie. Nothing amazing, and not even that satisfying. No Budapest, no amazing action sequences, no great bad guy. And in fact, a solution to the Red Room that I find offensive because it shows up in a lot of movies.
Yeah,
and even in Agent Carter, which I loved. I'm like, that's creepy. Like, please, when you take that down, make it big. No, just thing in the sky, floating there somehow. All the girls freed from one concussive dose of the solution, even though they're all mind controlled. And then with the CGI scene falling at the last third act, and then we're done.
Yeah.
And again, no good villain, nothing great, no consequences except, oh no, there are all these mind control agents out there, but Yelena's got the ball. She'll go out and find that. It's like,
yeah.
Bleh.
So the only thing we have set up is because of Hawkeye with Florence Pugh, and that's it.
Watch the next show coming out.
Yeah.
Is that after What If and then Miss Marvel, and then Hawkeye?
And then Hawkeye, I think so.
So they got a year and a half.
Yeah. Or depending on the schedule, She-Hulk could come out first, and then Hawkeye. I don't know. I know they're filming.
I'm pissed it didn't take Allison Brie. I'm like, but it says my name right here. Girl like Allison Brie. Why?
We want not
Not
the.
Not the. But Glow got canceled because I'm sorry.
Well, in any case, that's all we have for Black Widow. I wish we had better news.
So you want to give it a number ranking?
Out of what?
Or a letter ranking? Black Widow. What do you think?
C.
I'll give it a B minus.
A B minus for her boobs.
No, that's what you want.
Double B boobs. But yeah, again, you can have a better time watching something else. Watch the Disney shows for Marvel. They're a lot better. They are compared
I'm
to.
sorry, I didn't like. We need to discuss Loki at some point. But did you like the last episode of Loki?
I think the series overall is great.
I agree.
I just think it
Episodes
just didn't.
4 and 5 are great.
I just think it didn't stick the landing the way it should. I mean, it has repercussions, which I love, but I'm like,
a whole episode of exposition,
right?
Just to cock tease you with the season,
right?
We'll be back in season 2. I'm like, oh well, thank you for fucking verifying that one,
right? Whereas like the second or third episode, they were just doing nothing but talking on a fucking train, and I'm like, do something, stop filling up time. But that's for another time. So, but in any case, that's going to be it for our discussion of Black Widow. Unfortunately, I wish I can be even more optimistic.
We got Shang-Chi coming in September.
Again, things are not looking good for Marvel. Well, Shang-Chi, we have Spider-Man.
The Eternals. Too,
and the Eternals. So, again.
Maybe we'll finish big. Finish big. Come on, baby. Finish big.
The only thing that I said that what's coming down that I'm like 100% good for, Spider-Man. Eternals.
You haven't seen anything about it yet.
I know, but knowing what we had with history with Spider-Man, it's almost a guarantee that we'll have a better time with Spider-Man, hopefully. But the Eternals, even the new trailer, I have still no idea. And then Shang-Chi, second trailer a little better, but
I don't know.
Well, yeah.
It's another oddball, not a team film, an origin story. It's going to be weird.
And we'll see how that fits in with the greater MCU.
It's very Asian-y, which I don't have a problem with, but I'm like, it's very Asian-y.
Yeah. Unless he's going to team up with Luke Cage and more Daredevil and low-level heroes.
Yeah.
He'll go into Chinatown, down seas.
All I want to see it do is I want to see it beat Snake Eyes. Since Snake Eyes floundered out this weekend and didn't do well.
But again, depends on the pandemic, the way shit is going.
I know.
Movies may not have those kind of numbers for a very long time, so we'll see what happens.
It's really interesting to be like in a world where are you sure Hollywood's going to survive?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
And then we're with the HBO Max, with Day and Day being released at the same time.
It sounds stupid, but in the end, it's safer.
It is. So does that mean, if things continue this way, will they do that for 2022?
They can't afford it.
I know they can't. I know they can't.
I got HBO Max, and I'm like, I'll just keep this going for as long as the movies come out. Then I'm gonna.
Right. So in any case, we'll leave it at that. So all right. So we're done for tonight. So thank you for listening to us. And you can always email me at monsterscifishow@gmail.com. Follow me on the various social networks. And again, thank you guys for listening to us so much on the Monster Sci-Fi Show. It's sci-fi
from a certain point of view.
Look at you. 2 in a row.
I haven't had this drink yet.
Not yet. Now have your drink.
Yeah, drink.
Good night.
Welcome to Dr. Geek's Laboratory.
Hello everyone, Dr. Geek here with a shout out to all the scientists who worked tirelessly to bring a COVID-19 vaccine into reality. Let's face it, creating something of this magnitude is a miracle worthy of Dr. McCoy himself. And now, Dr. Geek needs you to do your part. Remember, each shot is one small step back to normal, one giant leap to putting the pandemic behind us. We can do this. For more information, visit vaccines.gov to find your nearest provider.
Of the myriad pop culture podcasts, there is one that blends in with them all, flying under the radar, nagging at you at a subconscious level. Nerd Bliss, where 4 hosts from the Deep South and anyone they can get to appear for store-brand coffee and corn nuts talk about science fiction, pop culture, current affairs, and more. You can find us at nerdblisspodcast.com or on the ESO network. Nerd Bliss. It's one word.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.